Did you try the coffee yet?
I did not. Let me give it a shot. As usual, it's good. You make good coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, it's winters again, so maybe when we go out, we should bring back the pumpkin spice and coffees again. That's like our signature winter thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Winter and pumpkin spice is like something else. It's so nice to have work with it.
Yeah. Either way, the reason we have coffee in our hands today is because our today's episode is a game, right? And today we are playing Never Have I Ever, but Developers Edition. Have you played Never Have I Ever before?
I have, yeah. I mean, and I'm aware of the game, but maybe you should explain it to people just to know what this game is.
Yeah. So Never Have I Ever is basically a popular drinking game, I think, right? Where somebody goes, if you have done it, if you haven't done it, somebody goes like, never have I ever gone skydiving before or something like that, right? And everybody in the group who has done it takes a sip of their beverage that they have. But today we are playing Never Have I Ever, but we are playing with coffee, and all our questions are developer related. So are you good to go?
Yeah, I guess. But why did we decide for coffee again? Why not drinks?
Because we are not endorsing alcohol on our channel.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, coffee is a nice drink.
Coffee is a nice
The drink for developers. Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
we work late hours. So.
Yeah. And I love caffeine. I run on caffeine.
Yeah, you do.
Either way, you want to get started?
Yes, but you will give the first prompt, right?
Okay, fine. The first prompt is basically never have I ever tested in production.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how many times do you not a scale of 1 to 10, like how usual of this is a thing for you?
I mean, it's rare, of course.
Yeah.
If I do it first time, the second time I definitely make sure that I have a way to test it not in production next time, a similar kind of thing. But once in a while, I think if you're working on stuff, you cannot make everything testable. You run into cases where you have to test in the production environment because that's where it is happening.
Right.
Like an issue that you cannot reproduce and stuff like that. What about you?
I guess it's similar. And even while testing in production, you kind of ensure that no customers are being impacted by your testing and things like that. But it's not a recommended thing to do, obviously.
Yeah,
but sometimes
but
you have
everybody
no
has
choice.
done it.
Yeah, but you have no choice. Yeah. Next one. Go ahead.
Let me see. What have I done? This is a bit hard for me, actually. Maybe I'll go for the next one.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You go.
All right. Okay. Never have I ever raised a PR or a code review before even like validating the build locally.
Again, an easy one for me. Have you done it? Okay, you're also drinking it. Okay.
I do it all the time actually because not all the time, but a lot of the times, because I think in my code base there are like so many things where there are like so many branches where you have to like cherry pick code from one branch to another and raise PRs, even though if it's a small fix, I'll just cherry pick and raise build, and then I'll realize, oh, these two branches are so different and it'll fail on cloud build.
I mean, for me, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
But I always feel that in this case, a lot of fixes we do not warrant waiting for a 1 hour build.
Exactly.
Right?
Right?
Like, I've changed like 5 lines. I know it's going to work, so I push it.
Yeah.
Maybe 100 times I do it, one time I miss something crucial.
Exactly.
But then the CR will tell me. Before I publish it, I'll just check.
It's more efficient to just like push it and let cloud build do
Yeah.
it, and you can move on to like the next thing.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
I'll go next.
Yeah.
So, never have I ever lost a lot of work because I forgot to save or do any kind of cloud push to Git.
This has never happened to me.
Okay. Do I have to drink for my own prompts? I have
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
right?
you have to.
But then I said never have I ever, no? I think we fucked up this game a little. But it's fine. We will.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. If you have done it, you just take a sip.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, this has happened to me a lot actually. Okay, I'll go down some direction and my IDE will crash and I'll lose everything. Or this was one famous time when this is, I think, occurred like 4 or 5 years back. I was still like young in the industry. I'm still young, I guess, but very young, fresher. Okay. Fresh blood. I was working on something really, really important.
Okay.
And I decided to go for a coffee. So I shut the laptop with a bit of force and I shut it on my earphone.
What?
And I ended up breaking the screen. Okay. So the earphone was lying next to the keyboard.
Oh my god,
Okay.
this story is like
No, this is
there are levels to this story.
yeah, this was the time of wired earphones at that
Mhm.
time. And at that time I was a big fan of wired earphones.
Right.
I was one of those people that I'll never
You're not gonna move to buds or
yeah,
headphones
wireless.
or
Like, I like the
wireless.
audio quality of wired and all
Yeah.
that. But then I shut the lid, and the screen broke. I took it to IT. I apologized that this happened, and then they're like, "Here's a new laptop. We won't let's just use this. We're not gonna repair it and give you the SSD." And I was like, "Oh shit!" I was coding for 3 days, and I did not do a push anywhere. I just lost everything, and that was a horrific moment.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that has happened after that as well, given the way you treat laptops.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty careful about tech, but I do break a lot of tech.
Yeah.
Yeah. Compared to you, who is not careful about the tech, but don't end up breaking a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've admitted this in the past as well. The only time I upgrade my tech is when you bring an idea to me and I'll be like, oh, wow, my life could have been better.
yeah. Yeah. I never even got a lousy thank you for that yet.
You're never gonna get it anyways.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Next one.
Okay.
Hmm.
Let me see. Okay, we'll do a very casual one. Never have I ever took a sick day without actually being sick.
Hmm. Does being sick mentally of work count?
Yeah. I mean, it's not really like physical sickness. I was gonna say the same thing. I've taken.
Then I have never done this because I've always been some kind of sick. It can also be mentally sick,
Yeah.
but I've never taken it alive.
Yeah,
But
for me
tell
it was
me your
more
story.
like the vibes were off. Some days you wake up and you see you open Teams and Outlook and you're like 20-25 pings and so many things are happening. You're like, nope, not today. And then you just go back to bed. So those are the days. Those days are rare, but I have done that once or
yeah, I
twice.
think that's a normal thing to do, right?
Yeah.
I don't.
Everybody needs
yeah,
a
I think
rest
I'm the
day.
outlier there that I have not done this ever.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure people take sick days to plan trips or something.
Yeah, no, I just tell bye bye. I'm going on a trip and I just leave.
Okay, bye.
So, yeah. All right, should I go next?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Never have I ever tried to debug my code using log statement instead of a proper debugger. Yeah, I'm gonna drink on that too, even though I said never ever.
I think I was just doing that before we started.
Yeah, it's still settling into this new iteration of the game that we have created without putting much thought into it. Right, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be like the log statements at some point, it'll start off very nice and casual.
Yeah.
I reached here inside this if, and then things will not work. And that is when you'll keep getting aggressive with your
Yeah.
logs. Like, Soumya here, grr, please work.
yeah, no, that's actually true. So whenever I start debugging something,
Yeah.
so sometimes in code it always happens that the same piece of code will be hit 4 times and you're interested in the 4th iteration
Right.
of it, right? So what I'll do is I'll write this great conditional breakpoint that will catch that and then it won't trigger at all. And I'll be like, what? Okay. And then that desperation to just quickly iterate and move forward will shift me into log this reached here and all that. Yeah. And then I always end up regretting doing that.
I know, because
don't-
when you go to clean up that code, it's so messy.
Clean up and if you are able to solve in 20 seconds with this, it's fine. But if you do this for more than 1 or 2 minutes, you will forget what you are doing. There's no way to track this,
Yeah.
right? So definitely a hard one for me.
I agree with that,
Yeah.
but it's also a very common practice.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Never have I ever added a to-do comment, fully knowing that I'm never gonna come back to this.
Yeah, I'll drink to that. We're drinking for everything.
Happens a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I can actually raise it and say that never have I ever added a to-do comment saying that I'll address it in the next month and then forgotten about it totally. Okay. So
That is more relatable.
yeah, I have convinced people that अगला PR इस पे ही आएगा. ठीक है, तुम चिंता मत करो. And then
And then that backlog item will be lost and forgotten in
and then some
in the realms of space and time.
yeah, then some product manager will come and just close it. Okay, without talking to you, and you're
Yeah.
like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is your story?
Yeah, I think it's similar. You'll put a to-do comment, put it in like create a backlog item for it. I'm very thorough with that actually. I'll put a to-do this, I'll create a work item, I'll put the work item ID in the code, and then it's like lost and forgotten.
Oh, so you take extra steps to forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely happening.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me think of next one.
Yeah.
So never have I ever
Mm-hmm.
been telling myself to focus clearly and lose it in just 2 minutes afterwards and just start scrolling Reddit or Reels or Hacker News.
All the time.
Yeah, this is like, I think at this point this should be a medical condition in developers.
Yeah, I swear, right? Like doom scrolling is a real thing.
Yeah,
You get
definitely.
sucked into the void. And it happens so many times. You're like, okay, I'm gonna code now, because you would have probably had like meetings or something. You're like, okay, I'm gonna focus in code now. And then you'll start coding. First is like maybe just one YouTube video, and that will happen on the big screen. And then like, maybe I'll just open Instagram for a bit, and then like suddenly hours go by. It's like a never-ending cycle.
Yep, I totally agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think Reels have really destroyed this. No, like
Yeah.
I think we did one video in short form content
Right.
also relevant here. We can post the link maybe.
Yeah.
But they have really destroyed this ability to focus. It's just so easy to get lost in that dopamine hit. It's
I
like the new
agree.
cocaine, right?
I agree,
Yeah.
right? I'm pretty sure like that addiction has to be studied.
Yeah, I think they are. But yeah, probably we'll know 10 years later that there was this generation that got lost in the world of Reels.
It was us.
Yeah, more than us, the generation,
The
below
generation
us,
after
but yeah.
us, yeah.
All right.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Never have I ever copy pasted code from Stack Overflow without really understanding it.
Yeah, this is again an easy one. Yeah, and all the time. I mean, sometimes you.
Do you think it's wrong? I don't think it's like wrong on a very high level, like, but you should still like pay some attention.
I mean, if you don't do it till you raise the PR,
yeah,
then it's a problem.
yeah.
But
If you're just doing it to make it work, it's okay, I guess.
I mean, I see it this way. So you're going to Stack Overflow or these resources, even AI for that example, to solve a problem that you're stuck on, and they suggest a solution. If it is faster to just run the solution and see if it solves it or not,
Yeah, right.
it's better to first test it. If it solves, then you deep dive on it.
Right.
Right? Like, okay, this works now. Can I use it in the first place? Right. So that has always been my mentality. Otherwise, I'll read for 20 minutes and then realize that it doesn't fix my problem in the first place.
Right.
Right. What do you think?
I think I agree with that. I think that's a good approach. I think that's part of like, being an efficient developer, that you first see if it solves your problem or not, and then kind of like go back and see what is it and whether it's the best way to solve that problem in the first place.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Next one.
Never have I ever pushed my code to the wrong branch
All
or
the
wrong
time.
environment.
All the
Yeah.
time.
I have a very crazy story for this one.
Do tell.
So my first job,
Yeah.
okay, I was handed one feature. It was a very critical bug fix, and I had this perfect fix ready, but the problem was I could not test it locally, so I had to deploy it to the test environment and then test it locally, test it in that environment, and then deploy it to mainline. I ended up pushing it to mainline. So it was not just any branch. I pushed it to mainline.
Oh,
And
God.
I learned after 4 hours when I realized that there's rollbacks happening in prod and everything. And I was like, what have I done?
Yeah. But also, like, why didn't they have, like, policies on mainline that you can't push without, like, approval or whatnot?
Yeah, so that's actually a good question.
Yeah.
That was one of the questions that was raised. Like, how did one new person come and just do this
Exactly,
without
right?
approvals?
Yeah.
Yeah, so turns out for those particular packages, the checks were missing. Someone had added those new packages, but they didn't add it in the CR check.
I see.
And that ended up pushing it to all the way to
Yeah.
the first prod region at least.
Yeah.
So-
So for me, it's more of a irritating thing that happens when I push code to the wrong branch. So in my work, we have this thing that if the branch is named release/something, right? And you wanna maybe like trigger an official build for it, it needs that all the commits are part of like a PR. It does that check, right? And not all of these release branches are gated because some of them just go to test clusters and this thing. So one day I was just doing some stuff and I wanted to test my code. I pushed the thing to like a release branch and then I was trying to create a build and it just said, I can't let you because you didn't push this commit via PR. I was so annoyed. So then every time I have to do that, every time I do this, I have to go back, create some random dummy PR, get some dev to approve it just to like get a build.
Yeah, this is so true. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just more of an annoying thing for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I can't recall any more. Do you have any more?
I think I have a few more actually.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Give me one more.
Oh wait, this one I was waiting for.
Hmm.
Yeah. Never have I ever
Hmm.
spent more time trying to make like an AI tool fix its half correct answer rather than like, just taking that solution and fixing it myself.
Yeah, that I'll drink too.
Yeah. Tell me your ChatGPT story.
I mean, most of the time when I'm using, not ChatGPT at least, I'm more of Amazon Q user since company policies for us.
Right.
But this is applicable to ChatGPT also.
Yeah, I mean,
Gemini also for my
yeah.
personal projects.
Yeah.
Right, I use it for my personal projects.
Yeah.
They give such half-baked answers, and the amount of assumptions they do, it's a pain to run their code, right? And once you run it, you realize it's not actually doing what they wanted you to do.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, one of the biggest problems with my AI helper tools right now. I still feel it's faster in some cases, but sometimes it just gets so murky that I ended up deleting everything it generated and just writing it myself.
I see.
What about you?
Yeah, for me it'll be like more of a 15-20 minute struggle. Like I'll ask the AI bot a question and it'll give me like a half correct answer. I'll be like, no, I did not ask you this. Like, oh, let me try again. And then it'll give me a worse solution than that. And then I'll be like, oh, no, you're assigning this variable wrong. Can you fix it? And then like you can see that the answers are deteriorating like with every iteration. Yet I just don't want to give up on it because that would mean I have to go back
This
and
is
code.
true in all forms of problem solving I've seen in AI. Okay, so recently we started playing Scrabble again, right? And I decided to take ChatGPT's help to cheat in Scrabble.
And you're still losing.
Yeah, because I was eventually not able to succeed, but I thought it would be a great idea.
Yeah.
And the amount of stupid answers it's giving me, like I clearly tell it, these are the letters.
Yeah.
This is the word you have to start with. This you have to add it in the fifth position. Give me a word, and it'll blatantly ignore everything I said and give me some random word saying this is your answer. So
Yeah, so it's not just code basically. It's
like
like any
kind
problem
of
solving.
rational critical problems which require like semantic as well as syntactically validated results. I think it is really struggling right now.
Right.
And that's the same thing with code, right?
Right.
So yeah, but I think people say that things will get better linearly, but I think things have a tendency to plateau also.
Right.
Like for example, this cryptocurrency platform blockchain, it has plateaued, right, for the past 10 years. So yeah, let's see what happens, right?
Yeah, I really hope there's like a major breakthrough in AI. Otherwise, I don't know where it's going.
I think at this point it's more on the hardware. Or they need something more now. I've been reading about it, and I think transformers. They found transformers with attention is all you need.
Right.
But now this is more of a tangent. But I'll just finish this one. Okay. But now I feel like they're just scaling it on hardware horizontally, and they actually reached the limit of horizontal scaling. Like
Right.
they're like, we use up every GPU in the world. Now what do we do?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, let's see.
Yep. So I think that was all our prompts. Did you have fun?
I did, yeah. Even though we reinvented the game today, it was fun. Yeah, maybe I'll add these rules at the start of the video to make it easier for people to understand this
Yeah,
game
like
today.
these are our rules.
Yeah, this is Never Have I Ever Sibling Edition.
Sibling edition.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. You're spilling your coffee.
It's pretty hot. It's hard to keep a straight face. Shit, man.
I'm just gonna close out. Alright, thanks for watching. If you had fun, tell us whether you have done these things or not. And give us more prompts. And we'll see you next time. Like, share and subscribe. Bye-bye.